Okay, good morning all. Today we are going to discuss the topic of the inheritance. In the previous sessions of the class, we have discussed what is a class and the object and what is a OOPS concept and all. And now we are going to discuss that the main concept, the OOPS. Normally, the OOPS can be built on a four principles. One will be the inheritance, encapsulations, and polymorphism, and another thing will be the inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, right? Abstraction. Like this, on the four principle, your OOPS concept will be run. And in that principles, we are now going to discuss that inheritance, right? Okay. Right. Okay. Our today's agenda, what we have to discuss is first one will be the what is inheritance, what is inheritance, and the second one will be the types of inheritance. In that main thing, multiple inheritance type, multiple inheritance, how can we achieve? And in the fourth, implementation of this all, right? And the fifth one will be the super keyword. What is that super keyword and how it will help to you? And these are all the five concepts today we are going to discuss. And the first, what we have to see is what is inheritance and how it help to you, right? In the first, inheritance. Inheritance means use the one class properties and methods in the other class. Like suppose in the other class means it will be the child. Normally we are calling it as a child. One class, suppose this class will be the parent. What are the properties and the methods in the parent you can access in the child also. This concept is called the inheritance. And how this inheritance helps to you? Okay, how this inheritance helps you, first we will see how it will help to you, and later we'll write there, right? First I can create here one simple class, new Java project. Oh, sorry. Go to the new class. My class name will be the y inherit. Okay, and I want to include the public static void main, right? Okay, wait a minute. I think it is visible to you, right? Okay, first suppose I have this class. Imagine I have this class, or I'll create another class also. Suppose class uh, simple. Simple is my class. In that simple class, I have one int name. Okay, int name, int empid, or sorry, empid. Okay, and okay, these are the things. Int name and int empid, and I have to show void display of right void display of name plus empid. Okay, normally you know how to write this, right? Suppose I am creating another class. Imagine the thing, I am creating another class. It is simple one. Okay, it is simple one. My simple one class requirements is I want the attributes of name, employee id, and additionally address. Okay, additionally address. My requirement is simple one. Simple one class requirement this is. How can I write int name, int empid, okay, and suppose I want to add address. Add address will be in the string. Suppose address, okay, string address, and I have to display this all. Okay, void display same sysout of name plus empid plus address. Suppose, okay, I want to print like this. If you observe these two classes, I am writing the same code. What I am writing in the simple, I am writing this in the simple one also. That means I can rewrite the code. That means redundancy it will be happen here. If you observe int name, int employee id, both I am right here, right? Also void display the same method, right? Same method I am writing here. That means code I am writing many times. We can achieve this type of requirement and all by using the inheritance. Why? Because I already have these properties of name, employee id. I can simply acquire the characteristics of the simple class into the simple one. Then I can access this name and employee id also, right? And also this display method also, right? That is the major help of the inheritance. Inheritance helps to you achieve this code reusability. Code reusability, majorly code reusability and easy maintenance. I hope the clear why the inheritance means. Inheritance is helps to acquire the code reusability. Okay, helps to achieve majorly code reusability. Okay, majorly code reusability and easy maintenance and all will become majorly is reusability. The same code where you have write the properties and the all, you can use the same functionality in the other classes also. This is the thing. And okay, right, tab space. Okay, and now we're going to discuss the types of inheritance. First you are understanding what is the inheritance, right? Inheritance means one class properties and the methods you can acquire in the other class also. It will be simply called as inheritance. And types of inheritance, what are the types we have? Firstly, in the first type, it will be the single level inheritance. Single level inheritance, it is the simple one. And secondly is a multiple inheritance, sorry, multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. And hierarchy inheritance. And four, okay, four, hybrid. Right, and the fifth one I am writing it as a subject. It was a multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance. You have to observe the thing here, the terminology parent, child, subchild, like this you have to understand the terminology. Simply in the inheritance component you have to interlink with your family situation. Suppose grandfather, father, your generation inherited, like everyone saying this example. Why? Because it is a real world entity example, right? You can easily interlink that. Like this, a parent, child, subchild, like that you have to be understand, right? Okay. First we'll see that single level inheritance. Okay. First we'll see the what are the types, and we'll next we'll go to the implementation and all. Okay. Single level inheritance. Okay. Single level inheritance. In the single level inheritance, suppose parent class is A. Okay. Suppose the parent class is A. Child class is child class will be the B. Suppose imagine that. Okay. Then B can acquire the properties or the characteristics of A. That means in single level, simply inherit by the child class is inherit by only single parent, or the child class contains only the single parent. Child class contains single parent. Single parent. Imagine the thing. Suppose A is one class, and also okay, it is A class, it is B class. B is inherited from the A. Suppose the B is inherit from the A. That means what are the characteristics or the properties have the A, B also contains. And also additionally B contains some more else. Okay. B contains additionally some more else. That is the thing. B contains all the properties and all the methods of the A, and B additionally contains something. Suppose imagine the thing. Take the example of your parent and you have the all properties of your parent own, and also you are some acquiring your own properties. That means additionally to your parent, but parent cannot ask your own properties, right? You can ask your parent properties. You have to understand the flow. That means you can access the A properties by B, but it is not possible to access the B properties by A. Okay. Always you have to remember that by using the child class you can traverse or you can access the parent class, but by using the parent class it will not possible to accessing the child class attributes and the values, right? It is you have to be remember in the inheritance concept, the main thing. Okay, right, we'll see the example of this thing. Right. Go with another class, new class. In the class I can go with the inheritance demo and go with the public static void main. Right. Okay, I can create one class here. The class will be the class employee employee is my class. In that class, suppose what the employee contains, employee have one name. Okay, employee have one name, and also employee have one employee id, right? Int emp id, and also one thing, suppose I am writing one major work, suppose work as my method, void of work. In that I simply write system.out println of name plus or else. Okay, uh, is working in the company with the empid. Okay, with the empid, anything, right? And I am go with the another class. This class is a class, suppose, imagine the thing, developer is my class. Okay, I'll go with that. uh, what are the hierarchy we have, right? Class developer. Okay, wait. Class developer I have. Okay, in the developer class I am trying to add additionally one other what it is, one other functionality of write the code, one other functionality of write the code. Okay, another functionality of write the code. Right. Okay. In the developer class I'm going to write void another write code. My voice is resound to me. Okay. Right. Okay, in the developer class, in the developer class I'm audible, right? In the developer class I am going to write one other functionality, void write code of. Okay, void write code of. In that write code, suppose if you observe any term of an IT company has the lots of employees, but in the employees also there is a categorization, right? Developers, testers, HRs, team leads, like this. Suppose I have developer. Developer also is an employee, but some other functionality. Developer can write a code. Okay, may I am writing like this in the system.out.println println. I am writing like developer can write the code, right? But developer also is employee, right? Developer can write the code. Developer is also an employee. I want to check the developer employee name and the employee ID, so I can use this employee class to the developer. How can I use or inherit is use the extends keyword to inherit from one class. Now the employee is a parent, employee class is a parent, developer class will be the child. If you observe the levels here, single level, it is one parent, the child has only one parent. Okay. uh, for a while you are not aware about that super keyword, right? So I have assigned the values here. Name equals to, what will be the name? Ram. That employee ID will be the 101. Okay. And I can suppose, now tell me, if I want to, for I have the two classes here. Now for which class I have to create an object, for which class I have to create an object to access this work? Developer class. By using the developer class, by creating the object for the developer class, I can access this work and the write code. Suppose I want only the work functionality, I don't want to go with the developer and all the things, then I have to create only object for the employee. But here, by using, I am telling with the single inheritance concept, that means I have to create object for my child, not parent. If you want to access the parent methods also, you have to create object for the child. That is the thing. So I have to create developer. Developer, suppose d1 is my developer reference. Developer d1 equals to new developer of, I hope you all know the constructors, right? Developer, this is one constructor, default constructor. And in this, normally if I am creating object for the child, if I am to pass the values dynamically, then I have to use the super keyword. That is the thing. In the last I can discuss that. Developer d1 equals to new developer. This is the thing. In that I can call that d1 dot work. D1 dot work, right? D2 dot, sorry, D1 dot write code. Okay. This is the thing. By creating object for this, I can access these variables also. D1 dot name, D1 dot empid. Okay. D1 dot name, D1 dot edmpid, or suppose like this. Plus, uh, normally you have to write like super dot name. Okay. For a while, like this you can use, right? Or else here I can write D1 dot name. Okay. Right. I am run this. I can run this now. Oh, searching main types. What happened? Where is my console? Okay. Ram. Ram is working in the company with the 101 ID, and developer can write the code, right? By creating object for the child, by creating object for the child, I can use that, or I can access the things. Okay. Okay. Ram is working in the company. This I can access. This I can access. These variables also. These properties also I can. This is properties. This is methods. By these properties and methods inherited to the developer class. This is a single level. That means developer child class contains only the one parent. Okay, only one parent. Right. This is the single level inheritance. Right. I can write in a short. Child contains contains only single parent. Okay, only single parent. Such type of inheritance is called a single level inheritance. Next, multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance means the major example is suppose your generation, your parent, your grandparent. You are acquiring properties from your grandparent, or you can access the methods of your grandparent. Observe the hierarchy: parent, grandparent. That is the thing. Child contains or else child is inherited from multiple levels, not multi-parent, multiple levels. We'll see that multiple levels. You observe the level here. Multiple inheritance different. Multi-level inheritance is different. Okay. Right. We'll observe this thing. Right. Now we'll discuss that what it is. Multi-level, right? Multi-level. In this multi-level, suppose imagine the thing. A is a class. Okay. A is one class, and also B is another class, and C is another class. Okay. C is my child. It is a one level parent. It is another level parent. Suppose I have to write like A, B, C, and inherit the characteristic from first. A is inherit the B is inherit the properties of A. C is inherit the properties of B. That means C is indirectly acquire the properties of A, not directly. You have to understand the thing. Suppose your parent acquire the properties of from your grandparent. Okay, but you are acquiring properties from your parent only, not from the grandparent directly, but it will come from the grandparent only. You have to understand that level, right? I will observe this one in this multi-level. In the same example we can do, right? The thing is suppose imagine the thing, team lead is right. Team lead will be the developer also, right? Team lead will be the developer. I can write another class. My class is the team lead. Team lead is my class. In the team lead, it is inherited from the developer. Okay, why employee was inherited from the developer? Developer can be the team lead, right? Developer can be the team lead. If one team is there, the team lead can be the developer, but team lead cannot be the developer, right? That means developer can be the team lead. Developer can be the team lead. It is not necessary team lead will be become a developer. Vice versa, you have to understand that, right? Team lead, in this team lead I have write another thing, void void suppose team lead purpose is what? He has to manage the team. That means he are frequently conducting the team meetings and the calls, right? So I can write as a meeting call, schedule meeting, or meet schedule meet schedule meet. This is a one work for the team lead extra from the developer. Developer only write the code, but team lead write the code and also sometimes schedule the meet also for know the work progress, right? System dot sysout, right? Why I have to write on all the things? The sysout I can write scheduling the meeting by team lead. Scheduling the meeting by team lead, right? Now For what I have to create an object? For team lead. If I create an object for the developer, I can access the developer methods and developer attributes, and also employee methods and the employee attributes. In the multi-level, if I go with the another thing, team lead, suppose team lead, this team lead schedule meeting and all, what are the properties and the methods have the team lead also, I can access. So because of that I am creating a, right, this entire thing will be commented. For I am making it as a control question mark, and I'll go with it as a single level, right? Hmm. The same way for multi-level inheritance, multi-level. In that multi-level, I have to create object for the team lead. Okay, small n. Team lead equals to t1 new team lead, of, right, and I can access the t1 dot work also, I can access t1 dot write code also, I can access t1 dot schedule meeting also, I can access, right, t1 dot work and t1 dot t1 dot write code and t1 dot schedule meet, right, and I save it and I can run it. Ram is working in the company with 101 developer can write the code, schedule the meeting by team lead, right. This is the multi-level, that means inherited from the levels of parents. Here I am writing only the 3 level, it will be the 4 level, it will be the 5 level, it will be anything, but in the hierarchy it has only one parent, but that parent also inherited by someone, that parent also inherited by something, right. You have to understand the flow in the inheritance concept. And the next thing it will be the, what it is, I think it is hybrid or hierarchy. Hierarchy also the same like, right, multi-level and hierarchy is also same like, suppose not the same parent, it is actually, we'll move to the hierarchy, we'll first understand the multiple, then hierarchy we can define better. Hmm. Multiple means multiple inheritance. In the multiple inheritance, uh, first we'll go with the multiple in the multiple inheritance, that means child contains more than or minimum two, at most what we can say, at least two parents. Multiple inheritance means the child contains at least two parents. Suppose you, your father and the mother, both properties you can access, both the methods you can access, both the behaviors you can access, right, like that. At least two parents, the child contains at least two parents. That means suppose I have the one a, right, it is one a and it is a b, right. In this also one c is there, okay, right. Okay, suppose it is a, mm, mm, mm. Suppose it is a, it is b, it is c, okay, abc, c can acquire the properties from A, and C also acquire the properties from B. That means C have the two parents. One is A, one is B. If you observe the difference between multi-level and the multi-level only the single parent, but here you have the two parents, right? Here you have the two parents. If we want to achieve the multi-level multiple by using the classes, we cannot. By using the classes, it is not possible to achieve. Then how can we access is the concept of interface. The concept of interface. What is the interface means? Interface. It is also like a class. It is simply blueprint of a class. What is a class? Class is a blueprint of object. Okay, class is blueprint of object. Interface is blueprint of class. Blueprint of class. Simply it is like a class, but the difference is this interface contains only abstract methods. It contains only the abstract methods. Abstract methods not possible to create object for interface. Okay, not possible possible to create possible to create object for interface. Okay, for interface. This is the thing. That means then what is the how can we use that interfaces? If you already we seen in the last class, we are creating one interface, and we are writing the functionality for that method in the other class. Okay, that is the interface we are seeing, right? Suppose hmm, okay, I want to show the multiple inheritance, right? Suppose go with the multiple inheritance. For that I have to write one interface same like a class interface. My interface name will be the work WH WFH work from home. Okay, work from home. Okay, for the this work from home, for this work from home, what I have to do is I can write one method void schedule daily call. Schedule daily or daily call simply. What the use of big name? Daily call. It is one method. It is abstract method. What is the abstract method? And that is here I am only defining the method. I am not writing any implementation for that method here. That is the abstract method. That is the simple work from home. Suppose it is an interface, but I am not writing any functionality for this work from home. Okay, work from home. Suppose I have two things. I am creating two classes, another two classes. The two classes will be the one will be the HR. Okay, one will be the HR. In the HR class, it is implements by suppose employee employee and what it is WFH, right? Work from office, work from home, right? uh, why it will shows an error? Why? Because it is a class, not an interface. Employee is a class, right? So if you want to achieve multiple inheritance, then interface all the interfaces only the option. So I can create another thing. It will be the interface of WFO, work from office. Okay, daily call void here daily meeting, daily meet. Okay, sorry, what it is, WFO, right? WFO, I can use this. What happens, add unimplemented methods, right? Okay, here it will comes with annotations. Override is nothing but a, already we are defining this function in some class, but we are override the functionality of that class in the child class. Now HR is the child class of WFO and WFH. Okay, work from office class and work from home class. Okay, in the daily call, mm, what I have to write, system dot daily, you are attending, you are working as a um, you are working as a hybrid mode, or you are working as a what it's called, work from home. So attend daily call. Okay, in the same way, for the thing of control C, here also you are working as a work from office, so attending the daily meeting, attend the daily meeting, right? By using the HR class, by creating an object for the HR class, you can access the daily call and the daily meet. Then you are also, you can access the implement this work from WH. Can you inherit it to this also? Implements implements WFH, right? An employee can working as an okay, capital W, right? Hmm. An employee can working as a what it is, work from home or also work from office, right? What is the error here? Okay, add the abstract method, right? I can add it. Okay. Override daily call, that employee can working as a work from home or work from office, you can write that in the employee class only. That is not an issue. Like this you have can achieve multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means one child contains a multiple parents, at least two parents. Multiple means at least two, right? So more than two, or at least two. That is the inheritance of the multiple inheritance concept. Suppose you want to call this HR, then I can want to create a, okay, suppose I want to create here object for HR, right? HR h1 equals to new HR of h1 dot daily call, h1 dot daily meet, anything, right? But if you observe, I am writing the functionality in the child class, not in a parent. If you are go with the multiple inheritance, when you are go with the interfaces also, you have to use or override concept. Override concept means you are writing the method here, but you are overriding the functionality in this class. Okay, you are overriding the functionality in this class. Suppose I am writing a daily call, right? This daily call method in the employee class also, this employee class inherited to the team lead also, right? How it in a multi-level, if you observe here, implements from the WH, it is a single level, or I can go with the another thing also, WFO. Okay, add the unimplemented method. Here I can write sys out of employee daily call. Okay, employee daily call method. Simply control C, control V, employee daily meet method. Right. If you observe here, HR is there na. HR implements WFO WFH. WFO WFH. In place of that, I can write simply HR extends what it is employee, right? Employee, right? Employee. Observe the thing. Employee. Where it is. Okay. Employee. Employee class has daily call, daily meet methods. Employee class inherit to HR also. That means by using the HR, I can access these two methods, right? But I am writing the different functionality for the daily call and the daily meet. If you observe, you are working as a work from home, so attending the call. Here I can write employee daily call method, employee daily meet method. That means I am overriding the functionality. Suppose if I create the HR object, I am calling the daily call. It will call this one, and also it will call this daily call method. If I creating object for this HR and call the daily call method, it will execute this one. Why? Because I am initially I have employee class. In that employee class also daily call method, but that daily call method is override by this class. This is the concept of method overriding. Method overriding means the same function name but different functionality. Same function name but different functionality. That is the method overriding. It is the thing of what it is multiple inheritance. I can save this file, right? It is also called as a hybrid also. Why? Because hybrid is nothing but if you are using the one program, if you are using the different types of inheritance. Suppose in one program you can use multiple, multi-level and hybrid also. That means if you use more than one type of inheritance in a program, then the inheritance is called hybrid inheritance. Okay. And hierarchy is nothing but a simply like a multiple only na. Unmute and right. And another thing is super keyword we have to discuss, and also hierarchy. Hmm. Hierarchy means what? Simple like a the multiple multi-level, but the thing is suppose imagine you have a parent, right? You and your sibling both can acquire the properties, right? Both can acquire the behavior. That is hierarchy. That means two child have the same parent. Two or more child have the single parent. Here also we already did it, right? Where the same thing, right? Where I think HR extends by employee, right? HR extends by employee. That means HR is child class. HR has the parent of employee, right? HR has the parent of employee. If you observe here, where it is employee, where we inherit developer. Developer also have the employee. Developer have the also employee as a parent. That means developer and HR will be the siblings, right? Developer and HR will be the siblings. Why? Developer have the same parent as employee. HR has the same parent as employee. We are already done that hierarchy, but we don't know what we are, right? This is the thing. The concepts are different. Okay, you have to understand which type of inheritance you are using there, right? It is the thing, and directly we'll move with the super keyword. Uh, Here we are declaring this RAM, right? First we do, first we have to know why is the super keyword. Okay, why the super keyword? It helps to access the properties of parent class, properties and methods of parent class, parent class in the child class. Observe the term child class. Okay, by using child object we are not accessing the properties of parent class. In the child class itself we are accessing the properties and methods of parent. For that super keyword helps you. By using super, what you can achieve? Okay, first thing, you can access attributes, parent attributes. Okay, parent attributes means methods, variables and all. Attributes or variables or properties, variables or properties, and access, you can access methods, parent methods. Parent methods, and you can access parent constructor or call parent constructor. Access or call parent constructor. We already know what is the constructor, right? Parent constructor. For these three, your super keyword can help, right? First we'll see by you how can we access the super attributes, right? For that what I'm doing here is I can remove all these things. Okay, I already know the concepts, right? So I can go with the control. Okay. Okay, I'll create another class. What's the issue in that? Super, super. I'm creating one super class. For that super class, the same thing. Class employee, right? Class employee. In that class employee, I have the suppose string. I can go with the only one property for a time constraint. String name. Okay, string name, and also void show. Okay, void show. In that void show, I can display the sysout employee working in the company. Working in the company. Okay, and also the same thing class. In the class a developer. In the class developer, I have to do one thing. Void code write by. Code write by. Okay, code write by is my method. In that code write by, what I have to do is I have to print like the name of the employee who write the code. Okay, sysout code written by employee. Okay, code written by employee. Suppose if I write like name, then it doesn't know what's the name. Okay, then it is doesn't know what is the name. First thing, name will be the ram, right? Okay, ram. Okay, but it is the variable of employee class, but I want to access that name variable in the child class. Okay, first thing, if you observe here what I'm right, you can access the parent attributes or the variables. Okay, parent attributes are the variables in the child class, right? How can you access is by using the super keyword, super dot. Okay, super dot name. What is that name? Name cannot be resolved the field, right? Then okay, what will be the issue? Okay, developer code write by and the code with a super dot name. Okay, we'll do one thing. Suppose normally if super is don't know, if you don't know the super, then what you can know, what you can do, simply you are creating oh, sorry, first the main thing is we are not inherit it, right? Extends employee, extends employee. Okay, here now I can write name, it will come, right? Super dot name, name. Okay, control s. mm, what it is, the type developer is already defined. I think it is inherited from somewhere, right? We'll do one thing. I think in the same package I am go with the same classes. That's the case. Employee one and developer one. This employee one also defined. Huh? Okay. Wait a minute. I'll see that one. What the error is? The type employee is already defined. I'm go with the employee one. Huh? Okay. 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 Employee one. Right. Why? Because in the com.vishnu package only, I am using the same class names of employee and the developer. Because of that, it will access. Why? Because here I am not mentioned any access modifier of the public or the private. That's the case. That's the case. If I am not mentioning any access modifier here, it will goes to the entire package. That is the default access modifier. Okay. Right. Now what I do? I can create an object for the developer one. Developer one equals to d1. Here it is d1 equals to new developer one of the constructor and calling the d1 dot code write by, right, control s, and I can run this. Right, ram is the variable I can access here. Ram is the variable I can access here. That means if you want to access the values here, values of the parent class in the child class, then you can use the super keyword. If you observe here, this super is different. It is capital S, it is the small s. That you have to observe here. Next thing, in the code read by only I have to call the method, the show method. How can I call is by using the super dot show, control s and run it. Employee working in the company, code written by employee ram, right? Suppose you are directly cannot access that show method, right? Suppose if you want to write like show, then it will calls, but once we'll check, it will calls, but always go with the super. Why? Because suppose imagine the thing, if you are inherited by the multi-level, then both classes have the same show method, then which method it has to be executed? Absolutely to the parent only, na, not go with the grandparent, not go with the grandparent. Suppose you want to go with the grandparent also, then the super is required for that. Super always refers to the main parent, right? This is the super. By using the super you can access it, and the super main purpose is constructor usage. Suppose here I am not declaring the variable of the name. You all know the constructor, right? Employee 1. Okay, employee 1 of string name, the main usage. mm, how can you write this dot name equals to, this spelling is wrong, this dot name equals to name. Okay, this dot name equals to name. But here it throws an error. Why? Because it add a constructor developer string also here. Why? Because if your parent has the constructor, this one also have the constructor you have to be use here. Why? Because you have to creating object here na? Because of that super dot name, by default it will use the super. Why? Because if you are creating object here and passing any value, suppose I am passing the value of search, right? Suppose if I am passing the value of search, that means it is passing through this developer one, right? It is passing through this developer one, but the name variable lies in the employee class, that means parent class. That means this variable you have to pass to your parent constructor. Then super of name you have to write super of name. That means what is the variable name you have na, here the string name. Suppose it will be the name na, it will be the name, then you are go with also the name. Okay, name. Yeah, then here name will be the name. Suppose I have here another thing, int project id. Okay, project id int id. Here I can go with the this dot project id equals to id. This dot project id equals to id. Super dot name, code written by the employee for project id, project id plus sorry, plus who project id I have to print, right? So I'll go with the project id or this dot project id, anything in the same class, right? So project id is I can write, uh, but I have to pass the things here, search comma, the project id will be the 1010. Okay, right? Control S and run it. Employee in the company, code written by the employee for project id 10101 is search. Okay, employee is search. The super keyword is majorly helps to you access the parent attributes, parent methods and the parent constructors. That is the main thing you have to be understand here. This is all about the inheritance and the types and the concept. In this inheritance, what we discuss types of inheritance and the what is the inheritance and the multiple level and interfaces and the super keyword and also the overriding. Overriding means in the child class you are writing the different functionality for the existing function, same function names but writing the different functionality. That is called as a method overriding. Okay, we are once again discuss that method overriding and the method overloading and the concept of the polymorphism. Okay, that is the thing. uh, Today we are end of the session with this all contents. Okay, thank you.